Hampshire Motor Speedway for the first time in the R2R Broadcast Network's history. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the R2R Broadcast Network. I am Zachariah Cartledge, taking you through the entire night of action from the Full Send Cup Series Bracket Breaker 150 at New Hampshire. Glad to have you all here tonight. So much on the line tonight. Not only the point standings, not only a victory, but also two drivers fighting for the in-season tournament championship during the Full Send Cup Series regular season. We'll watch out for that the entire night. More info in just a second as well. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching the Bracket Breaker 150, part of the Full Send Cup Series. Let's get tonight started. Starting off strong here with the point standings. Nicholas Martinez still leading the points. He's been on a slump recently with 2 wins. We're going to see what he can do tonight. Colin Bollinger with 270. He has been running the 48 down every single week. He won last week. Luckily for Martinez, it was the All-Star race, so he has time to regroup and redecide his decisions to see if he can get back to victory lane here tonight. If not, Bollinger will be right there as well. And watch out for Zach Lockett, who is 4 points behind Martinez in the point standings. But the one thing that he has been lacking this season is that elusive first win. Maybe it's tonight. How about Michael Prince and John Ross, your top 5? Speaking of the second and third place drivers, though, Lockett and Bollinger, they are fighting for the in-season tournament championship here tonight. One of those drivers will go home with the championship, the bragging rights, the money on the line, and they will both be labeled in gold on the ticker tonight, so you can see exactly where they are and where they are going to have to be near the end of this thing. A lot of information tonight. Here is the race info alongside the season schedule if you're a little bit late towards that. This is the Bracket Breaker 150 at New Hampshire. Qualifying underway for 5 more minutes before the grid at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. 5 total tire sets, 4 in the pits with 40% fuel. 150 laps total with stages at 40 and 90. 0 fast repairs. Watch out for that as well. Bailey Brandon saying this will be interesting. Some German guys saying basically what you're saying is that we're going to have a fun night. Absolutely. And there's a schedule on the right side of your screen. Also important to note here, after this race, only 4 races remain in the regular season. That's going to be pretty tight near the cut line. Watch out for that. And speaking of Bollinger, last week he picked up his 3rd win. He is now the leader in wins. The only reason why it says 2 on the points ticker is because the All-Star race is not a points-paying race, but he has the most wins this season, and he's still trying to run down Martinez, 31 points back, entering tonight's race. Watch out for him. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to find out where your favorite driver has qualified, but before we do that, as always, a quick word from our sponsors over at Chop House Restorations. Without them, this would not be possible. Following that, it's time to figure out where we are setting ourselves up for qualifying here. Stick with us on the R2R Broadcast Network to kick off the Bracket Breaker 150 at New Hampshire. Four minutes remain in qualifying, and right now, the front row are definite underdogs. Terrence Murphy for Queen City Motorsports, and Nathan Brzezowski, who I was talking to in the pre-race, saying that he was very fast at this style of racetrack, currently setting themselves 1-2 on the grid here tonight. Right back in row number 2 is Zach Lockett, who's, of course, second in points, fighting for the first win and the in-season tournament championship. His rival, Colin Bollinger, back there in 6th, coming off of 2 straight wins, looking for 3 in a row to complete the hat trick. That'll possibly put his ticket to the top of the boards in the point standings as well, so watch out for that if he does win the race. How about another 2 underdogs? Mike Moultrie Jr., who's, I believe, new to the league in 4th, and John Ross to round out your top 5. Your points leader, Nicholas Martinez Jr., once again struggling here early on. Right now, he is setting himself up for a 14th place qualifying effort, which is a bit lower than Martinez usually is. And of course, we saw last week at the All-Star race, he was also having his own struggles. So watch out for that. I got a feeling Martinez will have some work to do here tonight. But with that being said, still about 3 minutes left in qualifying. If you're just now joining us, let's go ahead and look over the information tonight one more time. Of course, the point standings are so important here. A few drivers on the cut line who are looking for big nights tonight. James McRae in 14th. He was very strong early on in the season. In fact, he was leading the point standings following his win in week number 2. But ever since week number 3, when he had the infamous last lap wreck with the leader that caused him to finish second place, he has not been in attendance, so right now he is below the cut line. The main battle to watch for tonight is the battle between Mackey, Vaughn, and Blevins, because right now they are separated by just 2 points, and all 3 of them are in the session here tonight, so a good points night for one of those drivers could put their ticket a lot higher than they were entering this race in the playoff cut line, which is so important here in the Full Send Cup Series. A few guys who are comfortable but are not fully locked in yet with 5 races left before tonight. Alberto Abar and Michael Weaver with 186 and 188. And then we have the 200s with Kip Easley and Terrence Murphy, who's starting in first place tonight as of now, so that's a very good start from him. Austin Hobart, who's been decent all year long, in 6th. John Ross and Michael Prince, who've always been up front, in 4th and 5th, looking for their first win. Watch out for Jesse Graham and Jacob Hoskins. They're also both in the session tonight, looking to get some points back from the cutoff line. And of course, if you are looking for the in-season tournament tonight, it is going to be live while we are doing the broadcast between Bollinger and Lockett. One of those drivers will go home with the bragging rights, but also the championship and the money that comes with it. So watch out for both of those drivers here tonight. And finally, one more time, looking at our information tonight, which is so important for y'all watching back at home. 5 total tire sets, 4 in the pits, 40% fuel, 150 laps with stages at lap 40 and lap 90 with 0 fast repairs. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I have. We are about 50 seconds away from the grid, so stick with us on the R2R Broadcast Network to kick off New Hampshire for the Bracket Breaker 150. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, no more delays. It is time to kick off the Bracket Breaker 150 at New Hampshire with our starting lineup. Who is ready to kick off tonight's action? I know I am. And we're going to start them off here with the lineup here tonight. Cars gridding up for the first time, and it's time to check out where your favorite driver is starting. Top of the boards, row number 1 is Terrence Murphy and Nathan Brzezowski, both looking for their first win. Watch out for those 2 fast cats tonight. Row number 2 is Zach Lockett in the in-season tournament, trying to fight for that first win and the championship, alongside newcomer Mike Moultrie Jr. Back in row number 3 is John Ross, alongside the other in-season tournament driver in the round of 2, Colin Bollinger, who's also needing a big night tonight to continue his step towards Martinez's points lead. Back in row 4 is Michael Weaver and Kip Easley, 2 drivers who are comfortably above the cut line. Another good result tonight could mean even more chances they lock themselves in. Back in row number 5 is Lane Phillips and Austin Hobart. And rounding out your fast 12 is Jesse Graham IV and Keith Vaughn. Farther back in the field tonight, league owner Chris Mackey alongside the points leader Nicholas Martinez Jr., who needs a big night. Watch out for him. Behind them is Brian Matthews and Bailey Brandon, alongside Jimmy Jason, back again. He's been in absence recently, but he's back now, alongside Brandon Kelly. Rounding at your fast 20 is Alberto Abar and Stephen Blevins. Farther back in the field tonight, Ryan Castleberry and Tyler Falconberry, the two Berries back there in 21st and 22nd. Tyler Smith and Jamin Bernhardt back for another week. And rounding out the field tonight is Josh Gallagher, Chance Page, and Roy Grande Jr., eliminating me and the admin for a 27-car field here tonight. And just about any second now, the pace car will be ready to kick off and start pacing as we are about to kick off the green flag here from the Bracket Breaker 150. New Hampshire, a very unique track, a mile-long circuit, a very flat track. It's one of those tracks that a lot of NASCAR fans kind of skip over their heads. It's one of those tracks that we don't really think about till it comes on the schedule, and since it's so niche of a track, it means that you're either really good or really bad. And it looks like Murphy and Brzezowski are possibly drivers that are glad we're coming to a track like this. Terrence Murphy, first career pole, starting in first place. Watch out for the Pepsi Max number 4 Chevrolet Camaro. And of course, alongside Nathan Brzezowski. But it looks like he's going to the back of the field, so maybe he is sacrificing his position, maybe an EOL, so that'll put the newcomer up in the front. And that's going to be Mike Moultrie Jr. You can see his profile picture. Looks like he also races in real life. That's pretty cool. Watch out for him. Brand new competitor. He's not going to be starting himself on the front row. With that being said, I am Zachariah Cartledge. Glad I am joining all of you tonight for more Full Send Cup Series action on the R2R Broadcast Network. As the regular season comes to a close, so much on the line. Who's going to get it done here tonight? It is time to find out. Murphy and Moultrie to lead us to the green flag. To the restart zone we go. Green flag in the air from New Hampshire.
Green, green, green.
Terrence Murphy leads the field into turn number 1 for the first time. We are green flag racing. And all of a sudden, here comes 93 of Zach Lockett already making a move 3 wide off the exit of turn 2. How about Moultrie on the outside lane, making it 3 wide, entering turn 3. Cars around in the back, bumping and banging. We are still green for now. The 4 versus 93 up in the front. Moultrie falls back to 3rd. Murphy will have a good exit off of the corner, and he will lead the first lap here tonight. We saw Lockett already make a move to the inside. Looks like he is eager to make moves early. He knows how much this race means for the in-season tournament and for the point standings entering the playoffs in a few weeks. That first win still a question mark. When will it be happening? One car very loose on the outside lane. That's Michael Weaver. Excuse me, no, that's John Ross in the 44. Hit the wall hard, but he saves it. Running a new scheme this week. Usually a pink scheme tonight. It is a red, black, and white paint scheme. Watch out for the 44. A little bit of some wall taps early, but he's still in the top 5. Already 3 laps completed. Murphy leading over Moultrie and Lockett. How about Michael Weaver entering the picture in the top 5? Bunch of drivers looking for their first win in the mix right now. Martinez already up a few spots in the top 10. And the yellow flag is out for the first time. One car is around. Maybe Tyler Smith in the 23. Nope, it's Jamin Bernhardt in the 12. So Bernhardt goes for a spin. That'll be our first caution here tonight. Let's go back and see what happened to the 12 machine. Running mid-pack in the near 20s when the incident happened. Here's Chance Page to his inside. Maybe got loose by himself. Let's see. Yep, got loose. He tried to avoid the wall, came down too much and slid it. Does a good job turning it back to the right to avoid the inside wall. No harm, no foul for the 12 machine. And we're under caution for the first time. Didn't take long for one to fly. And it's still your pole sitter, Terrence Murphy, up in the front. We're going to see how long he can hold the lead for, even though we already saw Moultrie and Lockett go 3 wide last restart. Now that we're re-racking them, restacking them, we could see that again. Watch out for that. Some German guys saying, wow, that was quick. It definitely was. Hey, German guy, I need to get you in the R2R Winter Series Discord server. One of these days, hit me up. I'll send you an invite. Let's see if we can talk to anybody here early. First caution, still the jitters getting out of the drivers here tonight. Let's see who we can talk to. possibly to Nicholas Martinez. Hey, Nicholas Martinez, it's Carlich in the booth. Do you have a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, what's going on? Well, currently you're running back there in the top 10. You're already up a few spots since the start of the race, so now that you're up about 5 spots and hopefully getting some more here in the next few laps, what's your goal here tonight from New Hampshire as you try to get another win to tie Colin Bollinger at 3 on the season?
Yeah, probably just damage limitation right now, honestly. After Pocono, I went from having like a 30 points lead down to like 4. So now it's just damage limitation. Trying my best here to, score the most points I can without getting wrecked any way I can. Obviously, Colin Bollinger is right in front of me as well. That's my competitor for the regular season championship. So, we'll see what we can do here. Just try to think long term here.
So you think Zach Lockett's no threat, even though he's 4 points back?
You also got to consider playoff points, which he has very few.
Gotcha.
I mean, obviously, if he gets up there, gets a win or two, get some more playoff points, then obviously, it's a greater threat to me. But I'm also thinking about how this stacks out for the playoffs as well. He's obviously not going to be at a higher advantage as a guy like Colin Bollinger will be.
All right. Well, good luck. Going back green. We'll see you soon. Good talking to Martinez as always. Back to the restart zone we'll go. We're going to kick him back off here again. Same front row, Moultrie and Murphy, with Lockett and Ross right behind. To the restart zone we go. We already have a checkup. Green flags in the air. Michael Weaver and Colin Bollinger with issues, but they let off just a little bit, and we are green entering the first turn on lap number 7. Lockett and Moultrie side by side, battling for P2 on the racetrack. Remember, Lockett needs all the points he can get, including playoff points, as Martinez mentioned. He has yet to win this season. That means he's lacking on the playoff points. A win would definitely help him out. Still 5 races left in the schedule, so there's time to do it. He's just got to do it soon. And both of these drivers to the back bumper of Terrence Murphy. This is a 3-way battle for the race lead. Murphy holding on to for now, but here comes Lockett to the inside, ready to challenge, ready to pounce here early from New Hampshire. He wants to make as big of a gap as possible, not only on Martinez, but Bollinger. 1 car round in the back, though. It's going to be the 28 of Brian Matthews, and caution flag waves once again. Matthews also running a new scheme this week, usually a yellow, red, and black scheme, but this week it's the Florida Man blue and black paint scheme. He went around. Let's see what happened this time by. Maybe another incident of getting loose off the exit of a corner. Let's see. There's Alberto Abar and Bailey Brannon, who's side by side. And yeah, he just gets loose off the corner. Abar actually almost causes a wreck too, but he held on to it. And once again, a single car spin off of turn 2 leads to our second caution here tonight. Didn't take long for that one to happen. Terrence Murphy still out front. Stick with us on the R2R Broadcast Network. Still plenty of action left to come here from the Bracket Breaker 150. Welcome back once again. Big thank you to Chop House Restorations, title sponsor of the Full Send Cup Series. Expresswave in the chat saying, come on, Brian. Come on, Brian. Yep. He's getting the hang of it. He still has a clean race car, doing a good job there back in the lower end of the field, looking to re-rack him, restack him, get some positions back. Terrence Murphy been out front since the beginning, but it hasn't been without any challenges. He's had Moultrie and Lockett definitely give him a run for his money here early. We'll go 1 to green this time by, and once again, we're going to re-rack him and restack him. Colin Bollinger doing all right for his standards. Back there in 8th. Of course, he needs to beat Lockett for the in-season championship, but of course, he's also looking to get as much points as he can on Martinez, his rival for the point standings, alongside Lockett. So expect him to only stay there at 8th for a bit. I guarantee he's not content. Same goes for Martinez on his inside. Both of those drivers are fast, maybe just yet to show it. Gonna try him once again as the pace car comes around turn 3 and 4 back to pit road. 2 one-car spins for the first 2 cautions. Could be a lot chaotic, so hopefully we can keep it that way. Pace car back down, Murphy and Moultrie back to the restart zone for the 3rd time. Green flag back in the air.
Green flag, green flag.
Backing away, Murphy this time with a great jump on the restart, entering turn 1 and turn 2. Lockett already, once again, running the pounce. He's going to get, or try to get second place from Moultrie on the inside lane, but that 29 is still there. Gives a big tap to the 4 of Terrence Murphy. But here comes the 93. He's going to get to the inside of the 4, entering turn 3. Could this be the first pass for the lead here tonight? Side by side for the race lead as they fight on back. Murphy leads a lap, but Lockett still right there on the inside lane, closing the gap. Once again, sending the corner on the 4 machine. Not going to be clear though, still stuck on the inside lane. He'll have another shot entering turn 3 here. He'll send it once again. This time, once again, looks like Murphy just has a better exit. But coming to the line, this will be the first lap Zach Lockett leads. First lead lap, not by Terrence Murphy today. And whoa, Terrence Murphy with issues. He dropped like a rock on the outside lane, and then a car goes around behind him. It's John Ross in the middle of the field, and it causes calamity. It's the big one from New Hampshire. Multiple around. Lane Phillips, Nicholas Martinez Jr., Chris Mackey, and many others. And the big one strikes early. Lane Phillips in the back with heavy damage. His whole front nose completely caved in. His night probably over. Same goes for Michael Weaver, who was in the top 10. And we saw Nicholas Martinez Jr. also got damaged. That was the one thing he did not need tonight as he tries to keep the points lead. His nose severely cut in. And he'll have some work to do. Let's go back and see what happened. Some German guy in the chat saying, no way. I mean, that came out of nowhere. I was not expecting it. And it all started around 4th place. I don't know what happened to Murphy. He got really loose on the racetrack, had to slide up, and then maybe broke the air on John Ross. Bollinger barely gets through. Same can't be said for Lane Phillips, Nathan Brzezowski, Martinez, Weaver, Kelly, Mackey, Graham the 4th, and multiple others. I think one car even almost went airborne there for a second. And a lot of fast competitors now could be out of the race. Yeah, Lane Phillips, let's run on board with him. He had a terrible view of that one. We'll also run on board with Nicholas Martinez, your points leader. But first, here's Lane Phillips on board camera. There's a wreck. He can't see a thing. Bollinger's in his way, and then all of a sudden, bang, he goes around. Hard hit. Airborne for a second. And then I also want to see your points leader Martinez's onboard camera. I'm sure he was not happy about that one. He may be out even of this race. He had heavy damage. I don't know if he'll be able to fix it. Check this out. Nowhere to go. Bam! I mean, you can't do anything in that situation. And now he's down pit road alongside many others with heavy damage. And that was the big one from New Hampshire, ladies and gentlemen. And it struck multiple drivers who needed good points tonight, including your points leader Martinez. Still time to regroup from the wreck, but with a wrecked race car, that's hard to do. And they're passing pit road now. Martinez finally comes out. He has severe damage. You can even see it. The front nose is almost tearing off the race car. It's all cut. It's all bent. So that'll be a whole night's worth of damage to fix for the 48. We'll see what he can do. Not a lot of changes at the front, though. Murphy now in run number 2 as he slid up way high in turn 1 before the last caution. He's now in 3rd. That gives a lead to Lockett and Moultrie. Kip Easley now in the top 4, along with Austin Hobart and Colin Bollinger, who barely got past that last wreck. He's now in the top 5. Coming back to the restart zone, it's the underdog, who we haven't seen much of this season, Mike Moultrie Jr., a brand new competitor. Could see another first winner out of nowhere here tonight with the 29. Here we go. Pace car once again back down. I don't think it can get more worse than that last wreck. Only time will tell. Green flag. Back in the air. A good jump by Lockett. He leads the field back to green. So Zach Lockett, first time he has been in the lead tonight without any competition. Mike Moultrie back there in P2 trying to close the gap. Some cars battling mid-pack. There's Colin Bollinger alongside Austin Hobart. Ahead of him is Kip Easley and Terrence Murphy. Easley's had a very consistent season. It just hasn't been a season full of wins. But he's in the top 5 right now, and he's comfortable in the point standings. So top 5 results tonight could be huge for his points days. How about Keith Vaughn, who came into this race 2 points above the cut line back there in 8th? An 8th place would definitely do it for the points. He's doing a good job here tonight. Watch out for him. Back out front, Zach Lockett still leading this time. By will be lap 20 of 40 in stage 1. Halfway to go. Oh no! Terrence Murphy goes around. Somehow he just saved that. I don't know how he did. But once again, he falls back. And it looks like Murphy's just struggling on these older tires. Maybe he just fought a little bit too hard when he was in the lead, and now the tire's starting to wear off. I thought he turned it, though. Good job by Murphy on saving that race car. So Hobart now in 4th, Bollinger now in 5th, Kip Easley up to 3rd. Oh my goodness, check that out. Almost 5-wide formation. That looked like fighter jets for a second. That was pretty cool. I'll have to go back and screenshot that one. That was pretty sick. 5 cars under a blanket right now for 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and... Never mind, that's it. 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. Well, no, now and 7th. Here comes Alberto Abar entering the picture. And behind him, 2 other drivers, Jesse Graham, the 4th, and Kip Easley, 8th and 9th on the racetrack, with John Ross rounding out your top 10. Bollinger and Murphy side by side. Murphy sends the quarter. Bollinger for a crossover. That's what he's going to do. Perfectly executed crossover back to the inside for the 53. He'll have a chance to send the inside lane here. But he slides up instead. So he falls back to 6th place. Murphy gets back 5th for now. I got a feeling Bollinger's not done, though. Back out front, Moultrie still in 2nd. He has about a 6/10 gap behind Lockett, who still leads. He gained some time off of turn 2 there, though. Now he loses it off the exit there. So Lockett and Moultrie comfortably in the top 2 with Kip Easley in 3rd. So about 15 laps to go for Lockett to get it done. We're going to see if he can hold on to the lead. Abar looked like he tried to make a move there on Bollinger, but couldn't do it. Fell back to 7th place again. In the back, though, it's a bit of a battle. Chris Mackey and a few others. Mackey side by side with Martinez. Just check this out real quick. Martinez has heavy damage. The guys behind him have virtually no damage, and he's still beating some of these guys. So that just shows you Martinez gets back on pace and has a clean race car. He can still be a threat to win. I mean, you can see that front nose is destroyed, and he's still ahead of about half the field that don't have any damage at all. So that's something to take note of. Tyler Falkenberry side by side with Steven Blevins in the 51. Falkenberry up a few spots tonight, doing a pretty good job. Yeah, look at that, up 7 spots from a P22 up to a P15 for Falkenberry. Speaking of gained spots, let's see who's gained the most tonight so far. Alberto Abar up 13. Doing a good job. Tyler Smith entering the top 12. Excuse me. Started 23rd, now up to 12th. Some drivers looking like they're gaining some spots here quickly. Watch out for those two. Easily still in third, but not by any easily doing. No pun intended. Hobart and Murphy still right behind him, battling for 4th and 5th on the racing surface. Whoa, looks like one car got some smoke ahead. Maybe it was Lockett, actually. Lockett fell back about 2/10 off the corner of turn 2, but now he's once again gaining away. It could have gotten loose. Tyler Smith still trying to fend off a few competitors. How about Chance Page right behind him, who's doing pretty well tonight in the 34. He's always infamous for the red car. I like, I'm sorry, I like to call it the period blood car. It just looks like it. Just looks like it, man. But Chance Page always out there in the infamous red machine, doing a good job here tonight. How about Jimmy Jason up in 11th, by the way? He's doing a good job as well in the 67. He's a Lowe's guy. He's a Jimmy Johnson fan. Which makes sense because his name is literally Jimmy Jason. You know, if your name is Jimmy Jason, you might as well be a Jimmy Johnson supporter. Back there in 11th right now. 12 to go in the stage. Still led by Zach Lockett. Doing a good job here tonight. Ever since he passed Murphy, he's been up and away. 16 laps so far at the line. It'll be 17. And 11 laps to go in the stage. He needs as much points as he can. So a stage win would definitely help him. He's got Moultrie still back there about 6/10 back. Let's compare lap times, see where they're at. And Moultrie's just a little bit slower. So either a little bit slower or just about even. So right now Lockett's still leading with a good advantage, comfortably in the lead. The top 11 are pulled away. The top 12 on back, though, they're literally under a blanket right now. Checking out the blimp camera here. You can see in turn 1 and 2, I mean, they're literally like lining right now. 12th on back, but the funny thing is, the gap between 12th and 11th is like 4 seconds, so that's the battle back here. Nathan Brzezowski, who started in 2nd back there in 15th right now, he was involved in an earlier wreck, and he had to go to the back for a penalty, I assume. And ever since then, he's been trying to work with that damaged race car. That's the consequence of EOL sometimes. 3rd place, Easley versus Murphy. Despite Murphy having the earlier tire incidents, he's been doing a good job holding position now, and now trying to get 3rd back from the 8 machine. Some German guys saying Jimmy Johnson 6-7 scheme is something I thought I'd never see. Yeah. Yeah, it's like he took the Legacy Motor Club cars and put them on a track house. It's pretty cool, actually. Battle for 3rd ensues. Back on 6th as well. It's also heating up. Abar, Bollinger, and Graham. Oh no, one car around, or he's just, yeah, he's coming out. Lane Phillips just now coming out of pit road. He is multiple laps down. I think he repaired all of his damage at once. And if that's the case, he's going to be at least 10 laps down. Yeah, 17 laps down for Lane Phillips. That's hard. So his night's already over. He's just trying to get as much spots back as he can. Tough break for him. Bollinger lost a spot or two there. He got passed by Graham and Abar. Now falling back to 8th. Bollinger's not as fast as he usually is. He's got a clean race car, no damage. He's just stuck in the late top 10s. Just something off with the 53 maybe, which is not what he needs right now when his competitor for the in-season tournament's literally leading the race and has been doing that for 22 laps straight. I say this every single time. Maybe that's why he keeps getting cursed of a win, but I think Zach Lockett's night could be tonight for this win. Second in points, 4 points back, 0 wins on the season. A win could punch his ticket top of the point standings and get himself an in-season tournament championship. I mean, how much wins can he get in 1 week? If he wins this race, goes top of the point standings, and he wins the in-season tournament, that's 3 wins in one single race. That could completely change his momentum and his encouragement to get more wins and to get more good results. So maybe tonight's the night he needs to boost his spirits. Doing a very good job here tonight, but still plenty of racing left to go, including 110 laps following stage 1. So can't think too soon. So much things can go wrong for Lockett and right for others. So keep your eye on him, though. 3 laps to go. He's trying to cruise home to that stage victory. Jesse Graham and Alberto Abar, battling for 6th and 7th on the racetrack. No other real battles except for near the end of the pack with Chris Mackey and Falconberry and Lane Phillips side by side with the 28 of Brian Matthews, but of course Phillips 17 laps down. Michael Weaver also out of pit road, more than 10 laps down, repaired all of his damage as well. Same situation as Phillips. He's just trying to get as much spots back as he can with the clean race car. Well, 2 laps to go for Zach Lockett in stage 1. Ever since he passed Terrence Murphy, he's been on fire. Watch out for Murphy, though. He's coming back. Just can't make it in time for the stage end, but he's back there in 3rd, looking like he's going to pounce again in stage 2. And back to the start-finish line to the white flag. Zach Lockett, who very much needs those playoff points tonight. Leads us to 1 to go in stage 1. Moultrie still 7/10 back. Murphy is 2nd back. Murphy's going to have a shot here to get 2nd place from Moultrie, but I don't think it's going to be enough. He'll have 1 shot entering turn 3. He's going to have to send that corner if he wants it. He wants it, but not that much. And back around to the start-finish line. It's going to be Zach Lockett, your stage 1 winner from the Bracket Breaker 150. Your top 10, Lockett, Moultrie, Murphy, Easley, Hobart, Graham, Abar, Bollinger, Vaughn, and John Ross. And top 10 now crosses the line. Yellow flag will wave.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Right on cue. And we're under caution for the start of stage 2. Lockett out front, showing domination here early. It's time to see what stage 2 has in store. Stick with us for more coverage of the Bracket Breaker 150. Welcome back to the R2R Broadcast Network. Live coverage from the Full Send Cup Series. The Bracket Breaker 150 at New Hampshire, deciding an in-season tournament champion and possibly deciding a new leader in the regular season point standings. Zach Lockett, your stage 1 winner and competitor in the championship round of the in-season tournament, will lead us down pit road. Murphy, Hobart, Graham, Abar, and Bollinger, your top 6. Bollinger being Lockett's competitor. We're going to see if anybody takes some strategy calls here exiting pit road. As always, we'll view the exit camera and see who comes out first. No cars staying out. Actually, never mind. 2 cars stay out. Could have short pitted, actually. First car's out. Lockett, Murphy, Graham, Abar, and Bollinger. Looks like 3 cars elect to stay out here. I think they short pitted. I think they pitted with like 2 laps to go. No, they didn't, because Moultrie was fighting with Moultrie was fighting with Murphy for the second place spot, so that's not what happened. Maybe just decided not to pit or took some strategy here. But unless we go 1 to green here, I want to talk to our Stage 1 winner, Zach Lockett. But first I want to see if we're going 1 to green, because if we are, we do not have enough time for an interview. But let's see. Nope, 1 to green, so never mind. We'll do it next time. Lane Phillips gets one of his 17 laps back. Doesn't give him much of a relief, I'm sure. Interesting. Looks like we got sorted out here. Mike Moultrie's now fallen back outside the top 15 with Kip Beasley. I think they pit. Yeah, they pit later than everybody else. That was a bizarre call, but they're not going to be in the back of the field. Possibly a mistake, though, as well. Stage 1 winner Zach Lockett alongside Austin Hobart, who's been consistently in the top 10 in points all season long. They will be your top 2 first row coming back to the restart zone to kick off Stage 2. And Stage 1 just ended. Just like that, Stage 2 is now underway. Green flag back in the air.
Green, green, green.
Whoa, Murphy with a huge shove to Lockett, saying thank you very much, and he'll leave the field entering turn 1 to start Stage 2. That was a huge push. It actually hurt Murphy more than it hurt Lockett, and Lockett's now pulling away. Murphy battling with Jesse Graham for P3. How about Jesse Graham, by the way? Not usually in the top 5, usually a frisk top 10 driver, but tonight he may have some speed to battle up with the top dogs. Murphy gives him a huge shot to the left rear, or left front quarter panel, so that's going to keep him in 4th for now. Zach Lockett still leading. Colin Bollinger now in the top 5. Again, he's competing with Zach Lockett for the championship here tonight, but so far, usually it's the opposite, but right now Bollinger does not have the speed Lockett has. The caution's around, though. It's a huge wreck in the back. Multiple cars around. Oh, no, we have a parking lot. 4 cars parked, doing some parallel parking like it's a Publix parking lot out here. Chance Page, Brian Matthews again, Chris Mackey, and once again, Jamin Bernhardt. Let's go back and see what happened. It looked like they were parallel parking. Or letting, you know what it looked like? It looked like they were, it looked like one, you know how you're at the grocery store and one guy's giving up the spot and you're like waiting to get in the spot? That's what it looked like. But anyways, not really a funny business because some of these guys just got heavy damage. Let's see what happened. Yeah, Walmart parking lot. Let's see what happened here. I'm from Florida, that's why I said Publix. Let's see what happened. Maybe it happened ahead of these guys? Oh, you know what? It happened next lap. So let's watch this whole lap unfold. It literally, like, 2 cars were, like horizontally parked and 2 guys were, like, right behind them. It looks like they were waiting to get their spot. It was kind of funny. But let's see what happened. Watch out for Chance Page, Brian Matthews, Mackey, a bunch of these guys right here. There's Moultrie on the inside who finished 2nd last stage. Oh, man. That one was interesting. Looks like Matthews came up and Page came down, and then a parking lot ensues with Bernhardt and Mackey. Overall, though, that was a lot less damage than I was thinking people got. So, we're on break now. Let's try to talk to Zach Lockett, who won stage number 1. Let's see if he can even be talked to right now. Let's see. I mean, Lockett's in a... Hey, Zach Lockett. Carl, you have coffee.
Got you, man.
Hey, I got you this week.
Unmuted.
Yeah, finally. Well, what's going on? You won stage 1, and this season you've been neck and neck with Nicholas Martinez Jr. The one thing, though, that you have been lacking compared to him is the win aspect, and tonight you may have one of the best shots you've had all season long. What do you think you have to do tonight to get it done?
Yeah, been close all year, man. Been right there. I think I got to continue to play the strategy right, stay out in front. Seems like it's a little bit of a mess farther back in the field. So just got to make sure I saved a bunch of fuel in that first run, was able to make it while some guys ran out. And yeah, just got to play strategy right, keep up front in the field here, and get this clean air, man, 'cause I feel like I can kind of run away with it once you get out in the clean air and get some laps under you. Feel pretty confident.
Yeah, I was even saying, like, you could get the hat trick of all the wins you can get tonight. You can win the in-season tournament, you can lead the point standings for the first time this season, and you can get a victory here tonight for your first time this season. But we'll keep you back, and hopefully you can get it done. Good luck.
Yeah, hopefully, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
No problem. Watch out for Lockett, continuing to try to prove why he is here to be the title favorite and the in-season tournament champion. Once again, pace car back down. Lockett and Hobart will once again be the controlling cars. Green flag back in the air. Once again, good jump by Lockett. He was mentioning fuel being a problem there at the end of that stage, and it was only a 40-lap stage, so this being 50 laps maybe could impose some issues later down the road. For now, though, Lockett pulls away. Murphy battling with P2. Austin Hobart. How about Bollinger up to 4th? Watch out for the 53, still in the mix. P2 ensues. Lockett pulls away. Multiple double file battles across the track right now. Murphy sends it on Hobart. Tries his best to get that second place spot. Still couldn't do it there. Tyler Smith in the thick of it like KSI back here with Moultrie and Keith Vaughn. 3 wide, entering turn 3. Moultrie lets off, sends it deep on the inside lane. What a move. Keith Vaughn stuck in the middle. 29 calculated that one perfectly. Got a 2-for-1 special. Still side by side though with Tyler Smith. Looks like Murphy takes over second from Hobart. Bollinger back there in P4. Blevins side by side with Tyler Smith and Keith Vaughn. Looks like Brzezowski in the back there taking evasive action on Jimmy Jason to put him up in 15th. Looking for redemption from early on. Blevins side by side now with Keith Vaughn. 2 drivers who are Frisk playoff contention drivers. They both need good results the rest of the season. Oh no! And that's not going to work for Blevins as he goes for a spin. Commentator curse of the night goes to Stephen Blevins. Oh no! I also cursed Brzezowski. Man, what's up with the curses, guys? We were talking about him a corner ago saying he's finally getting some momentum. And he turns. Right as I was talking about Stephen Blevins needs a good result, he turns. My bad. Let's go back. See what happened that time by, man. I just can't catch a break with these curses. It unexpectedly happens every single race. You just can't avoid it. Talking about how good he was doing, and then slides. And then the guy who I was talking about before him, Brzezowski, also slides. So, you know, how much unlucky curses can you get? I mean, so watch this. I'm talking about Brzezowski here, blah, 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 doing a good job. Okay. I switch over to Blevins, and I'm like, just like Brzezowski, Blevins doing a good job tonight. And what happens in turn 1? Well, it's a commentator curse. I mean, what else can I say? Blevins goes for a spin, and then all of a sudden, in frame comes the 97, and he's also going for a spin. Bam, look at that. So, I'll take the blame for that one. Brzezowski definitely did not need that one. He already was involved in a wreck tonight. We were just talking about that, too. Both of them now, once again, back of the pack, needing to fix their damage. We talked to Lockett. I want to get the opposite side of the spectrum here with Colin Bollinger. Let's see if he's even in a voice call, though. Yeah, he's not, so we can't talk to him. Let's talk to somebody who we're not used to talking to. Let's talk to Keith Vaughn, who's on the cut line for the playoffs, doing good tonight. Hey, Keith Vaughn, it's Cartilage in the booth. Do you have a copy? And if you can't talk, just like do a quick like back and forth with your car, so I know, because I can't hear you right now at least. Well, oh no, I know why. It's because I wasn't connected all the way. That's funny. Hey, Keith Vaughn, it's Cartilage in the booth. Do you have a copy? And if you can't talk, just like go back and forth with your car, so I know. All right. 10-4, buddy. Well, you're on the cut line of the playoffs, doing a good job tonight in the top 10. Good luck, sir. Keith Vaughn can't talk, but I'm sure he is happy as can be right now in the top 10. Watch out for him. I don't know what happened to Hobart. He fell back to 12th place. So now that's Murphy and Bollinger in the front row. Yeah, what happened to 74? I just now realized that. He was in 2nd place. Now he's in 12th. Not sure really what happened to him. Now has some work to do. 6th caution of the night. Approaching the 6th or 7th caution, depending on how you put it. Lockett and Murphy back to the restart zone, but check this out. Bollinger's at the 3rd. He has a shot to get to the back bumper of the 93 here. For the first time here tonight. Watch out for that battle. Car comes back down. Pit road, restart zone in hand. Green flag back out in the air.
Green, green, green.
Lockett gets a good jump. Bollinger as well. Lockett leads, but green flag's back out with the battle for P2 heating up. Bollinger looking for 2nd for the first time here tonight. Oversends the corner, remains side by side with Terrence Murphy. Bollinger falls back to 3rd for now. Jesse Graham, Alberto Abar also battling for position. How about Ryan Castleberry now in the top 10? We rarely talk about the 35. But now he's in the top 10 showing up tonight. 3 wide farther back. Kip Easley, Falconberry. They hold on to it for now. How about Castleberry up to the top 10, out to 9th place. Doing a very good job here tonight. Back out front, Lockett still up front. Murphy in 2nd, Bollinger in 3rd. Then you have to go back a few more car lengths to Alberto Abar and Jesse Graham, your top 5. Whoa, Graham sends the corner. That's not going to work. Moultrie to the inside lane. Hobart and multiple others in the thick of it back here. Holy cow, we are under a blanket. Easley, Jimmy Jason, Brandon Kelly, multiple others fighting for position. One car goes around, I believe, in the front of the field. Yes, he does. It's going to be Jesse Graham. We saw him set in the corner a second ago. Now he goes for a spin. And that one looks like it's quite a bit severe. Yeah, his front nose is caved in. Let's go back and see what happened to the 15, who was doing very well here tonight before it all unfolded. We saw him sending the corner on Alberto Abar. I'm not sure if he was upset with the 43 or if he just overset the corner. Now he's side by side with Moultrie. And off of turn 4, something went wrong. Moultrie may come up, he may come down. Yeah, Moultrie just comes up. Tries to let off, it's too late. Graham goes hard in the inside wall. Caution's out again. I'm sure Graham's not happy about that one. I want to talk to somebody I'm not used to talking to, but I don't know who yet. Is Tyler Smith here? Let's see. Tyler Smith is here. I want to talk to Ryan Castleberry, though, because I never talked to him. I want to say hello. Hey, Ryan Castleberry, it's Cartilage in the booth. Do you have a copy?
I got you loud and clear.
Well, what's going on? I don't want to disrupt your pit road, but I wanted to talk to you for a minute because I'm not used to seeing you up front like you are tonight. You're in the top 10, and you're battling with some drivers who have won before and are even fighting for the championship this season. Your car seems like it has some speed tonight. What do you think is the result for your team as you're in the top 10 right now?
Just remaining patient, not trying to push things too hard, and keeping it clean.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, you've raced pretty much all the races this season. Not sure where your best finish is all year long, but I'm assuming this is one of your best races so far. And with that being said, is your goal tonight to get a career best finish for the 35 camp?
Definitely, yeah. Going for top 10 or better, hopefully, maybe even settle for top 15, but it's definitely to keep it up here tonight.
All right, well, good luck. We'll talk to you around, I'm sure. Until then, we'll see you soon.
All right, thank you.
Let's talk to Tyler Smith as well. Hey, Tyler Smith, how's it going? If you can talk, talk. If you can't talk, just go back and forth for me. So I know. I can't tell if you're going back and forth or not. There you go. Now you're going back and forth. Appreciate it, sir. Good luck. Talk to one of them. Talk to Mr. Castleberry. Castleberry is like the city next door to me. Castleberry, Florida, baby. Check this out. While we were gone, Lockett came down pit road alongside Bollinger, Murphy, and a lot of the other leaders came down. Could be good on fuel now to the end of the stage. This is the first time tonight Lockett has been outside the top 10, or just inside the top 10. And now he's prone to some wrecks. Don't want to curse him, but watch out for that. Check out the front row. It's Hobart and Jimmy Jason taking us back to the green flag. I love that name, dude. Jimmy Jason is an awesome name. Hopefully his parents purposely did that, because that's some good purposeful name choicing right there. Brzezowski now in third place as well, looking for a redemption. Back to the restart zone we go once again. Green flag back out.
Green flag, green flag.
Watch out for Lockett back here as he tries to get his spots back alongside Bollinger and others. Already to the back bumper to Jamin Bernhardt. To the inside he tries to go. Can't do it just yet. 3 wide with Murphy and Blevins. If he wrecks and I curse it, I'm going to go insane. Please don't wreck Lockett. That would suck. Abar sends the corner stuck in the middle. Lockett struggling on the inside lane just a little bit. Falls in line behind Terrence Murphy. Tries to send the corner once again. 3 wide behind him. Blevins, Abar, Bernhardt, all under a blanket. Abar up the racetrack. Blevins lets off just a little bit. Good call by the 51. Murphy and Jimmy Jason side by side. Battle for the lead. How about Nathan Brzezowski and Austin Hobart after so much issues here tonight? Check out the 97 out to the front. Kip Beasley to the inside of Hobart for second place. Can't quite get there. Stays in third for now. Chris Mackey up the fourth in the Delta Airlines Napa Auto Parts livery. I love that scheme, by the way. I love Delta Airlines in general, but that scheme is pretty sick. Lockett passing Jason, now up to the top 6 he goes, trying to run down Terrence Murphy, who actually passed him. So he's leading the pit cycle right now, that number 4 car in 5th place. So that's Lockett's new competitor right now, doing a good job. Bollinger side by side, stuck on the outside lane with Alberto Abar. Oh, in the wall a little bit too alongside Blevins. That's not going to help him one bit. Now, Bollinger's been struggling a bit tonight. He's usually a top dog. He's been up there, but he's not been the one to beat. That's for sure. Trying to find some rhythm. Field still led by Brzezowski. Hobart, Easley, Murphy, and Lockyer top 5. You won't miss a thing. It's time for Side by Side on the R2R Broadcast Network. As always, a caution has to fly while I'm under commercial break, and this time it was for Jimmy Jason in the 67, who was running inside the top 10. Let's go back and see what happened. The 6-7 wrecked on lap 6-7, by the way. Just wanted to point that out there. Let's see what happened to Jimmy Jason. Actually, correction, the 67 wrecked on lap 69. That's what happened. Nice. A-bar to the inside. Does he slide up? Does the 67 get loose? Still not wrecking yet. Waiting for it. Still waiting for it. Yeah, right here. I believe. Yep. Off turn 4. That's all it took. Good job locking the brakes up, though. He actually avoided all the walls. That was pretty good. Can we talk to Jimmy Jason real quick? Because I wanna ask him a question. Yeah, we can. We can. Yeah, let's talk to Jimmy Jason. Hey, Jimmy Jason, how's it going? What's going on, buddy? Well, I know a wreck is not, good for how's it going, but, you did a good job avoiding the wall there. You locked the brakes up and your car's still clean, but I wanted to ask you a few questions because I always see you during the races, but I don't think I've actually talked to you yet this season. You're a Jimmy Johnson fan, obviously, which is pretty cool because of your name. Were you named after Jimmy Johnson?
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome. So your parents were like, we got to name our son after Jimmy Johnson. Make it Jimmy Jason. That's actually kind of cool, dude.
It's a pretty cool name, yeah.
Well, you race in real life or anything?
No, but I'm trying to race go-karts.
That's pretty cool. Well, you gotta become the next Jimmy Johnson. Be like Timu Jimmy Johnson, but like better.
For sure.
I don't know if you can get better, but you know what I'm saying. Well, anyways.
Yeah, that's my goal.
All right. Well, good talking to you as always. Good job avoiding the wall there, by the way. And what VC were you in? I'll jog you back. Were you in Aftershock or next shift? Which one were you in?
I'm not in none of this team. I just got invited to join this VC.
All right. Well, good luck.
Thank you.
Good talking to Jimmy Jason. And just like that, we're going back green. Brzezowski and Hobart back to the restart zone. 8th time tonight.
Green, green, green.
Green flag. Good launch from Brzezowski. Or Brzezowski, excuse me. It's the Zow. You gotta mention it. The Zow. Brzezowski leads the field. Entering and exiting turn 2. Battle mid-pack still heating up. Lockett trying to pass Kip easily. What is going on with Bollinger? He's stuck in their 14th right now. Still struggling here tonight. 16 to go in the stage number 2. Lockett tries sending the corner once again. Murphy tries sending the corner on Hobart. That's for P2. Lockett gets P4. Murphy trying to get P2, and yellow flag is going to wave again. Man, Austin Hobart. No, it's not Austin Hobart. It's farther back in the field. Brandon Kelly, maybe. Yep. Brandon Kelly goes around. Looks like he was 3 wide, or 2 wide with Bernhardt in the 12. And Keith Vaughn. Let's see. Bernhardt gets loose. 3 wide. Vaughn sends the corner. That's all she wrote. Well, yeah. 22 almost saved it, but couldn't do it. Almost got into Bollinger. Oh my gosh. Bollinger almost destroyed the inside walls. Unfortunately, Moultrie got involved there. He was running up front earlier on. But check out Bollinger's view throughout all of that. He almost saw his life flash before his eyes right there. Almost hit the inside barrier, actually. Check this out. Remember, he's fighting for the in-season tournament. He needs to beat Lockett tonight. Watch this. Oh, man. That was close. Looked like a chicane on a road course, pretty much. But he's still alive. staying alive, staying alive. But staying alive won't do much when you're not beating Lockett, so still work to do. Let's talk to Hobart. Austin Hobart. He's had a fun season so far. Hey, Austin Hobart, it's Carl to the booth. You have a copy?
I sure do.
Well, I'm making my rounds, and right now you are doing pretty good tonight. 2 laps led tonight. You're top 10 in points, so you're already comfortable in that position, but you're in the top 3 right now. You've been in the top 10 pretty much all night. What's the strategy here for the 74?
Just take it easy, you know. Don't be too aggressive. Stay out of the accidents and see where we end up. Coming to the end of stage 2. So, try to save our stuff.
Yeah, and we saw you didn't pit with Bollinger and Lockett. Do you have enough fuel to the end, and are you worried about your tires at all compared to them?
I'm pretty sure I have enough. I've been saving under caution pretty heavily, and we're going to plan on taking 4 at the break here.
All right, well, good luck, sir.
Appreciate it.
Hobart starts in P3 alongside Lockett in the 93. Update on Nicholas Martinez, your points leader, just once again having a rough night. P21 right now. He's trying to fix damage every single restart. Still struggling. Bollinger now in the top 12, but he's also still struggling. Lockett's in the best position he's been all season long.
Green flag, green
Green
flag.
flag's back out with 13 laps to go on the stage, led by Nathan Brzezowski. Brzezowski leads. Hobart to the inside of Terrence Murphy, forcing Murphy up the racetrack, and Zach Lockett. Side by side exiting turn 2. Murphy once again takes over P2. Hobart and Lockett battle for P3 on back. Hobart slides up the racetrack. Holding on. Brzezowski still out front. Single file across the racetrack. Oh no, one car out of the back. It should be Jason again.
Flag is out.
Goes for a spin. Once again locks it up. Does a good job doing so. And caution flag will once again wave for the 67. Well, that was pretty straightforward. You saw it pretty clear on the broadcast. May have gotten a tap from somebody else, but he got loose. Exiting turn 2, which has been a problem for so many drivers here tonight. Yep, got loose all by himself. Does a good job blocking it up, though. Pretty good job in that matter. Caution flag's out again. Oh, man, I'm tired. Nathan Brzezowski still out front doing a good job. Whoa, Murphy may not like him there for a second. Looks like he tried to give him a tap or something. Interesting. Interesting. Well, you know what's also interesting? Chop House Restorations. So, we'll be right back. Once again, big thank you to Chop House Restorations and all the people who make this league possible. It's been a pretty good season so far. It's been an honor to broadcast. Honor to broadcast for the Full Send Cup Series. Been a very good relationship with Chris Mackey. Very good action-packed races with this field. I may have to steal some of these drivers for the R2R Summer Series. I'll make sure it's not on the same night, though. But I want some of these guys over there. 1 to green. Brzezowski and Murphy, Hobart and Lockett, Abar and Easley your fast 3 rows. Only a handful of laps remaining in the stage, by the way. About 8 laps. 10 cautions for 30 laps, by the way. That's a big number. Pace car once again will come back down. With a handful of laps remaining in stage 2, 97 and 4. Taking us back to the restart zone. 8 to go in stage number 2. As we've seen multiple times, good launch by Nathan Brzezowski. Leading the field back to green. Oh man, Murphy and Hobart battling for P2 with Lockett right behind, ready to pounce as well. '93 has a shot to get to the inside there. Will he do it? Yes, he will. He's going to try at least. 3 wide for a second, has to fall back in line. Murphy sends the corner on Hobart. Will he be clear? Not quite. 6 to go this time by. Battle for P2 on back, heating up. Alberto Abar and Kip Easley also battling for a top 5. Battles ensuing, of course, as well on back across the racetrack. But the main battle's up front. Murphy trying to hold on to a P2. Hobart trying to steal it with Lockett right behind, ready to take them both on for a 2-for-1 special. Lockett tries the outside, tries to get a big run off the exit of the corner. That one may work. He'll have a huge run entering turn number 1, but he loses it, hitting the wall for turn 4. 5 to go in the stage. Brzezowski still 5/10 ahead. Battle for P2 heating up between 4 competitors. And that's exactly what the 97 wants to see in his rearview camera, continuing to battle so he can continue to gain positions and gain time. Abar sends it on Lockett. No fruition. Oh, Lockett trying to make a move to the inside here. Sends it again. He knows he's faster than these 2 guys on the outside of him. He's going to press him pretty wide, using the apron to his advantage. Oh, man, almost gets collided with Terrence Murphy there. Somehow they held on to it. Lockett loses 1 spot in the process to Alberto Abar. Three to go in the stage for Brzezowski, 7/10 ahead on the field as the battle for P2 continuing to heat up. Still even between the 4 and the 74. Who's going to get it? Who will get it done? Murphy sends the corner. This time he'll be clear. Hobart will have a chance at a crossover here. Won't work. Falls back to 3rd. 2 to go for Nathan Brzezowski in stage number 2. Five-tenths back is Murphy, and Murphy got clear of the 74 sooner. It could have been a conversation, but I think he's just too far back. He'll have to once again settle for a top 3, but not a win in a stage here at New Hampshire. Unless something crazy happens on this final lap, of course. White flag in the air for the 97. The ProRentalAmerica.com 97 Chevrolet Camaro had trouble early on. Started P2, had a few of his own issues, but that car has been fixed. It has been repaired, and now it's the best car in the field as of now. And coming into turn 3 and 4, Murphy too far back to do anything. Your stage 2 winner for the first time this season goes to the 97 of Nathan Brzezowski. Your top 10, Brzezowski, Murphy, Hobart, Abar, Lockett falls back to 5th. Easley, Mackey, Blevins, Graham, and Moultrie, your top 10. 2 down, 1 to go. from the Bracket Breaker 150. This one, the longest stage at 60 laps. And now that the 2 stages are done, it's no longer time to play games and figure out strategy. You got what you got. And we're going to see who comes out on top in this final stage. Tell you what, Lockett's been having some good luck tonight. Both of his competitors are just in a hole. Martinez in 20th. And Bollinger's in 21st. I don't know what's... That's not Bollinger. Bollinger's in 21st. I don't know what's been going on with him tonight. He's had a clean car all night. I just think New Hampshire's not his forte. He's been struggling tonight as well. Not the performance he wanted to see from his in-season tournament championship, but he still has time. And same goes for Martinez, who... Check this out. Martinez in 20th, Lockett in 5th. The point standings coming into tonight were by 4 points, so... Martinez needed to continue to dominate over Lockett, and right now he's been not able to do so, but granted, he's had damage the whole night. He's been having his own issues, so. With that being said, let's get an update, actually, with him. I want to see what his plan is here. And Nicholas Martinez, once again, it's cartilage to boot. Do you have a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, I can hear the frustration in your voice. It's definitely not been the night that the 48 machine wanted. You've been involved in a few wrecks. You have a front that's pretty much caved in, and it hasn't really looked any different since it happened, at least repair-wise. So I want to hear an update from you in the Rubber Racing Warehouse Chevrolet Camaro. Excuse me. What's the goal here tonight now, knowing that you're kind of just struggling with the damage in the final stage and trying to get as much as you can?
Yeah, honestly, it's not, like, I'm not too mad right now. Damage was previously at 7 minutes, I think close to 8 minutes. Now I'm down to 1 minute and 30 seconds here. So, 1 or 2 cautions, I get it fixed up. But, you know, we still have over 60 green flag laps to complete, maybe at least 2 pit cycles. So, you know, we'll see what we can do, but, you know, obviously it isn't looking amazing for us right now, but, you know, we're not throwing in the towel just yet.
Yeah, so what would you say is a realistic goal tonight that you want to set for this team? Obviously, you know, Lockett came into this race 4 points behind you. I'm guessing the goal is just to beat him.
No,
but
I think that was Bollinger, I think.
No, it was Lockett. It was Lockett, because Bollinger missed about 2 starts, and he's still 31 points back. So I'm assuming the goal is to beat Lockett and or Bollinger, but they've been up in the front the whole night, except, I mean, Lockett has, but...
Well,
yeah.
I'm hoping what will happen is that the field takes care of Lockett, and then Bollinger, I'm not worried about Bollinger. I have enough points to him. But yeah, I'm hoping, you know, Lockett just gets involved in something. Hopefully that's what brings out the next caution. But yeah, realistic goal I'll try to set for myself is a top 15, hopefully a top 10, depending on how this car feels. I'm getting lower in the lap times, but yeah, we're gonna just see how it goes in the long run.
All right, well, good luck.
All right, thank you.
Green, green, green.
Restarts out in hand. Green flag back in the air. A huge checkup from the inside lane. Keith Vaughn led inside lane, turns catastrophe almost there, and they're going to fall back multiple spots. It looks like everybody found a good way to avoid any calamity, so we stay green. But Vaughn's going to get swallowed up, 3 wide entering the turn. Moultrie and Lockett to his outside lane. Check this out. Looks like Bollinger decided not to pit, so he's now in the lead. That's interesting. So now he's leading. He has the best seat in the house, but I'm not sure how long he'll hold on to it for. He either pit and did no tires or didn't pit at all. Maybe did no tires. Oh no, one car's around the back. That's going to throw out a caution. Josh Gallagher went for a spin. Oh man, John Ross and Michael Weaver are also involved. Tough break for Ross. Let's see what happened. This is good for Martinez. He said he needed about 1 or 2 more cautions to fix the damage. Now he has another one. Yep. Ross just comes up the racetrack. Weaver nowhere to go. Gallagher nowhere to go as well. Definitely been caution heavy here tonight. so far. 12 cautions for 34 laps, about 1/3 of the race, essentially. Alright. I'll be right back, guys. I gotta go to the bathroom. But we've had too much commercial breaks, so I can't do that. I'll be right back, though. We'll see you in a second. I am refreshed. I am relieved. I'm ready for stage 3. Bollinger and Brzezowski leading us back to green. That was pretty cool. I'm corny, man. I'm a corny guy. We'll see how long it takes for a caution to fly again. Had quite a bit here tonight. Bollinger and Brzezowski still the front row. Green flag back in the air.
Green flag, green flag.
51 laps to go. This is the first time Bollinger's been ahead of Lockett all night. Of course, with some strategy at play, and Lockett's ready to pounce. I mean, he's already up to P2. Now he's running down to 53. So I'm not sure how long Bollinger's going to lead this thing for. First time tonight, your in-season tournament drivers are 1-2 on the racetrack. A lot on the line. Yeah, and Bollinger's on the older tires, remember that. Lockett's going to run him down here. We'll see how defensive Bollinger gets. He's been struggling all night compared to Lockett. Maybe trying to make 93 have a mistake here. Oh, Bollinger got him loose there for a second. Lockett sends the corner. Tries to get clear, and now he does. New leader, Zach Lockett. We'll see if Bollinger gets back at him. For now, though, it's not going to happen. How about Moultrie back in the top 6? Terrence Murphy, Kip Beasley battling side by side, 4th and 5th. Brzezowski in 3rd. Bollinger's not done just yet, but it's going to be hard with his older tires. That's for sure. And just the fact that he's been struggling all night compared to Lockett. Terrence Murphy back in the top 5. Murphy's been very strong all night. It just hasn't been all there for him. I mean, he's been in the top 3 quite a bit. He's led 13 laps, but he hasn't been the fastest guy all night. He's still in a position to win, though. Doing a good job. .45 to go from New Hampshire, and hate to break it to the other drivers, but that's not a long time. And Lockett is still pulling away. Doesn't help that Bollinger's on the older tires. If Bollinger, though, can find a way to stay in the top 5 long enough where the front runners elect to come down to get their final sets, maybe that was the right call for the 53. Could put himself in a position to win the race, actually. After the night he's had, all he can do is put up some strategy, and maybe that's the right call. Brzezowski in third, starting to run up on Bollinger's bumper. Few cars in the back fighting for position. Jimmy Jason, Keith Vaughn, 16th place, Chance Page, and Tyler Smith battling for spots. Brzezowski now going to try to run down Bollinger. He passed Murphy. Now he has a shot at P2. Could be one of the last chances anybody has to compete with Lockett for this win if we stay green. If 97 or the 4 gets clear of Bollinger. A 3-way battle for P2. Could land one of these drivers a chance at battling for the lead later down the road. But they got to start figuring it out right here, right now. Murphy and Brzezowski both pass Bollinger in one corner. Murphy gets the advantage. He's up to P2 with Brzezowski back in P3. Now the question is, 1.2 seconds back, can one of these guys run down Zach Lockett with 40 laps to go? Plenty of time to do so if they are faster, indeed. I got a feeling if anybody has a shot, it's going to be Terrence Murphy. I mean, in stage 2, Murphy almost ran down Brzezowski. He just didn't have enough time. I got a feeling that Murphy has some speed. Check out the last lap time and give credit to Brzezowski, still on his back bumper, but they're both faster than Lockett right now. About a 1/10 and a half faster. We'll see what the comparison is this time by. Yeah, look at that. That time he was even faster, about almost 2/10. Doesn't help, Brzezowski's right behind him, but check this out. Drivers approaching Lockett, so this race is definitely not in the hands of the 93 just yet. Murphy and Brzezowski both running him down. Also, fuel coming into a possible question. course not, guaranteed a caution. So if that's the case, we could see green flag pit stops very late here from New Hampshire. That's always something to take note of here at a track like this. Murphy's now down to 7/10. Let's see what that last lap was. Yeah, he's still faster. A bit slower that time, under a tenth, but still faster. The question is, can he catch up to Lockett before those tires wear off? Because I guarantee you, as he tries to fight to catch up to Lockett, it's not helping out his tires one bit. They're probably screeching for air, and Murphy's trying to get everything out of them right now. The top three have never won in the series. All looking for their debut victories. 34 to go this time by for Zach Lockett. But the gap is closing as Murphy now comes under 6/10. Remember, we can still have late race cautions here too. Don't count those out. We've had a lot already today. Always could see some more. Murphy now approaching under 5/10. And check this out. Colin Bollinger came down pit road. He makes his pit stop early. That tells me that we all have to make one final pit stop unless Bollinger didn't pit at all last caution. That's why he was out front. That could be a possibility. Fifth place battle heating up. Moultrie and Abar battling for spots. Both of these drivers been consistent all night, just not winning pace. At least not right now. We did see Moultrie earlier. The main difference between Lockett and Murphy is that Murphy was running faster laps than him, but now Lockett's running faster laps. That could be what I was talking about, where tire wear is coming into effect for the Ford machine as he tries desperately to run down the 93. But now that we see Bollinger down pit road, that could mean green flag pit stops are on the horizon. And if that's the case, do you pit earlier or later? Do you get the fresher tires, or do you wait a little bit longer and be the freshest guy out there near the end of the race? We'll see. Another car came down, Tyler Falkenberry. So that tells me that we are having pit stops here very soon. Yeah. Alberto Avar's down pit road with 30 laps to go. He was a front runner, top 5 driver. The leader's still yet to come down. And remember this. Bollinger pit before everybody else, so he's going to be on the freshest sets. He's running sub 30 laps right now. He needs to get as much time as he can before the leaders pit, because that's more time he'll have on the field once they come down pit road. Oh, good, German guy. Came back at a good time, almost near the end of the race. And we still have a lot on the line. I have no idea who's going to win this race. Fifth place driver comes down, Mike Moultrie Jr., making his penultimate pit stop. 16 cars yet to pit, including your front runners. Murphy's still within 5/10, now under 5/10 for a second there. But Bollinger, he's going to try to gain as much spots as he can. Possibly unlap himself before they pit as well. That could be in the cards. If Bollinger gets his lap back, he should once again, like I said, be on the lead lap. That would be huge for him. He also could be 1 lap down, possibly. Some other cars down pit road. Jesse Graham, Chris Mackey, Brandon Kelly. All down pit road. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The fast 2 drivers down pit road. Bollinger now on the lead lap. Watch out for that. Lead cycles to Kip Beasley. Your top 3 are down. Lockett, Murphy, and Brzezowski. We'll see who comes out first. Bollinger already entering turn 3. So he's probably going to be in the lead here. He's going to be on a lot fresher tires before, though, so that means he's going to get run down the rest of the race. But here comes Bollinger. There he is on the front stretch right as the guys are coming out. Wow, so Bollinger's going to have a huge advantage here. Exiting turn 2, and Lockett just now getting to turn 2, so we'll see how much the tires play an effect here. There's the gap, about a half a straightaway, really. Easily now down pit road. Cycles the lead out to Austin Hobart, still yet to pit. Hobart, Blevins, Martinez, Smith, Page, Ross, Bernhardt, and Gallagher. 8 cars yet to pit. And as of now, the field led by Colin Bollinger. And it looks like Alberto Abar is going to be in second place. On older tires, though, most likely, so watch out for that. 24 to go. Guarantee you nobody's going to stay out. They don't have enough fuel, so that's going to mean the lead's going to cycle out to Bollinger in just a few laps. Hobart still yet to pit. 1 car does come down. It's going to be Nicholas Martinez. An important pit stop for the 48. Still slight damage. Maybe hoping he got a little bit more fixed, but you can only do what you can do for the 48 camp, and still some time left for him to possibly gain some spots back with a good pit stop. Blevins running down Hobart. Obviously, these guys about to pit, though. 6 cars yet to pit. Hobart, Blevins, Smith, Ross, Bernhardt, and Gallagher. And here's the gap. Bollinger has about a 3-second lead over Zach Lockett and Alberto Abar. That's important for the in-season tournament, for the win, for a bunch of other stars and stripes. But Bollinger's setting himself up for a strategy here. He wants to have the gap large enough where he can hold off the field on older tires. We'll see what he can do, and once he gets the lead back, we can compare lap times to see exactly how he's doing compared to Lockett. 1 car, slow. Ryan Castleberry coming down pit road the long way, down the road course route. Blevins takes the lead from Hobart, but again, coming up on 20 laps to go. Pretty much guaranteed a pit stop here. The only question is, when will they do it? And Hobart says it's my time. Hobart down pit road. That leaves 4. And now Ross comes down. That leads 3. So 3 cars yet to pit. The other 2 are Jamin Bernhardt and Josh Gallagher. They go up to 2nd and 3rd. And I hate to break it to Colin Bollinger, but this strategy does not seem like it's working. Lockett is just running him down. Closed about 2 seconds in about 3 laps. So Lockett's in a very good situation here. If he gets past Bollinger cleanly and has no more cautions, he's in a good spot. Blevins down pit road. That leaves 2. Bernhardt now cycles out to the race lead, but the battle is now all up between the 2 in-season tournament drivers as Bollinger trying to run down Lockett, but a caution flag is going to wait for Tyler Smith. And that changes everything. That could have been the life-saving grace for Bollinger, because that may mean that Bollinger and Lockett come down pit road together. And that could change the whole scenario to the race. Here's Tyler Smith. Loose off of turn 2. We've seen it several times here tonight. And now, if you're Lockett, do you pit? If you're Bollinger, I think you have to pit. I mean, you already know you're on older tires. If you're Lockett, though, do you come down pit road or do you stay out? The problem is they're in the front of the field, so they're going to be the ones deciding the rest of the field whether or not they come down pit road. So it's really going to be a gamble for especially the 93 here on whether or not he comes down pit road. Let's see what his call is. Of course, he's not only fighting for the tournament, he's fighting for the win too. He's yet to win this season. He'd love to come back to victory lane. This time in a new season. Let's see though. Approaching pit road, of course, Bernhardt and Gallagher down. Check this out. Bollinger comes down, Lockett stays out alongside Murphy, alongside Brzezowski, and many others. When I say many others, though, that's not a lot of cars. I see 8, make that 9, make that, yeah, 9 total drivers. A few others coming up, so make that about a dozen drivers who elect to stay out. And the question is that enough gap to win this race for Zach Lockett? Bollinger sucked down pit road. Of course, Bernhardt will not pass him. So, okay, here we go. Bollinger will be 11th place on the freshest tires in the field. Can he pass 11 cars that catches up to Zach Lockett? I want to talk to Lockett here and hear what he has to say about this situation. Zach Lockett, well, under 20 laps to go. You've been the most dominant driver of this race, but all of a sudden, here comes a late race caution. Bollinger, the freshest set of tires at 11th place. What do you think you're going to have to do here to hold off the 53 and others to win this race?
Yeah, gonna have to get a great launch here. I'm gonna have to hope he just gets caught behind guys. I mean, it's tough to pass here. I think some more cautions will, weirdly, I think they'll help because they'll give, you know, less green flag laps. So I don't know, gonna try to get off like a rocket here, get as big a lead as I can. I mean, I think the tires at this point are kind of offsetting. So yeah, I mean, 11th is that's pretty good news, but you know, strategy never seems to work out. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, absolutely need a good start here because you got Murphy to your outside. He's always been wanting that first win, but we'll see what happens. Until then, good luck, and hopefully we'll see you in victory lane when it's all said and done.
Cool. Thanks, man.
Lockett and Murphy will re-rack them, restack them. It is late race drama from the Bracket Breaker 150, including 2 drivers. One of them will go home with money and the in-season tournament championship, and possibly also a win to lock themselves into the front runner position in the regular season points. Green flag in the air, a good launch from Zach Lockett, exactly what he needed. 15 laps to go from New Hampshire. Lockett said it clear as day. He needs to get a good launch and try to hope that Bollinger gets stuck in traffic. Right now fighting with Chance Page, gets to the inside. That'll be for P10 for the 53. Plenty of more drivers ahead that he'll have to pass, though. Keep your eye on the yellow ticker, which is Bollinger, as he tries to pass the cars between him and Lockett. 14 to go. Lockett leading, Bollinger in 10th on the fresher tires. Moultrie takes P4 away from Alberto Avar. Martinez and Graham side by side with Kip Easley. Bollinger sends the corner inside of Brandon Kelly. He wants these spots quick. He knows he only has 13 more laps to do it. Gets to the inside of the 22. But falls short. Has to fall back on the inside lane. He'll send the corner. He's struggling right now. Bollinger trying to find any way up front. He'll get past Brandon Kelly. That'll put him in 9th. Still plenty of more work to do to the outside of Kip Easley. Trying to work out 8th. Brzezowski to the inside of Terrence Murphy. Trying to get P2. Murphy holds on. We've been seeing Murphy faster than Lockett in some scenarios of the racetrack, but right now it just seems like he's being idle. Who knows, though? Murphy still could be in the conversation late in this thing. Bollinger passes Kip Beasley on the outside lane. That'll put him in P8. Martinez right ahead with light damage. Shouldn't be too much of an issue once he gets there. Ten to go. Next time by. And Zach Lockett's just trying to pray and hope that no more cautions wave and he can cruise with Bollinger stuck in traffic. Some German guy says this race going to overtime. We have the chat curse possibly in effect. Bollinger passes Martinez. That puts him up to P7. Continuing to try and gain positions to the inside of Jesse Graham. That would be for 6th. And right ahead of him is Alberto Abar. That would be for 5th. 9 laps to go. Not a lot of time, but Bollinger is using his time wisely. He's going to get a 2-for-1 special here. Going to try to get to the inside of Abar with 9 laps to go. Sending the corner once again on fresh tires. He's going to pass the 43 with a clear head of steam on the front 4. Bollinger cleared traffic, clean air all about. His job now is to run down the top 4, including Zach Lockett, who has a 2.3 second lead with 8 laps to go. We've talked about Lockett this season. He's been up in the top of the point standings, but the problem with him is that he has yet to win this season. He's been trying so hard. He's gotten second, he's gotten third, he's probably gotten 4th and 5th, but he's yet to get that elusive first win. And he has 7 laps to do it, and possibly could also get him the in-season tournament championship and to lead the regular season point standings.
Yellow flag is out.
Oh no, a yellow flag. Everybody's racing though. I don't see any immediate wrecks on the racetrack, but caution was thrown. Maybe for Falconberry. Are we going to green light checker now? I think the chat cursed it. Well, once again, that sucks for Lockett. Bollinger's now going to be in 5th. Michael. Man, the commentator in chat cursed, man. That's what happens. Well, man, if you're Zach Lockett here, this is difficult. Obviously, you stay out of pit road. Bollinger's now in 5th on fresh tires. He's going to be just 1 row behind you. Sorry, 2 rows behind you. I don't know, man. I mean, Lockett's led so much tonight. He's led a grand total of 80 laps, but I would be nervous if I was in 93. Checking out the race recap. We're going to restart here with not a green light checker. It'll be at least 3 or 4 laps to go. Well, Wyatt, even if you win the race, you're not going to probably win the championship. Schmidt has like a 40-point lead, dude. Unless I can like curse him and he gets into like in like a car accident or something and can't race. Let's not do that. If that happens, I am not able to be sued. My words are not my actions. I will not be sued. You can speak to my attorney. My attorney is Walter White. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Pace lights are off. It's 1 to green. Bollinger on fresher tires in 5th. Lockett trying to hold on in 1st. Murphy and Brzezowski, along with Moultrie, who have been up front the entire night, also looking for their first win. Fighting for the in-season tournament championship, fighting for a first win for many of these drivers, fighting for a regular season points lead. So much on the line here from New Hampshire. Watch the yellow lines on the ticker for Lockett and Bollinger. They are going to be neck and neck here at the end, because remember, the 53 is on fresher tires. This could be the one chance Bollinger has at getting up to Lockett's back bumper. to get the in-season tournament championship. Virtual crowd on their feet. Handful of laps remaining from New Hampshire. To the restart zone we go. Green flag back in the air.
Green flag, green flag.
4 laps to go. Lockett gets a good jump. He leads the field entering turn number 1. Can he hold on for 4 more times? Oh no, already it's going to be a wreck up front. Brzezowski gets loose. He saves it. He holds on to it. He gets to the wall. We stay green. And Bollinger's out to 3rd. We're not going to get any further though. Wreck in the back. Jesse Graham. And Stephen Blevins. And it's time for a green-white checker. The chat, Mr. German Guy, has called it. And it looks like Bollinger may have fallen back to 4th throughout all of that. That would not be good because he'll be stuck on the outside lane. No, it looks like he's going to be in 3rd. Let's see where he gets put here. He's going to be in 3rd. He right behind Zach Lockett on fresh tires. Oh my goodness. Drama in the in-season tournament championship, and both of them are going to be neck and neck. 93 has been better than the 53 all day, but out of nowhere, Bollinger's going to have the fresher tires and restart right behind the 93. All right, chat, you know what time it is. Who y'all got? Do y'all got the guy who's dominated the entire race or the guy on fresher tires? Right behind. Lockett or Bollinger, who y'all got? This one is going to go down to the wire. We may see some wrecks. We may see some bumping and banging. We may see a photo finish. We may see anything in between. All I know is I'm ready to see who's going to come out on top. Shout out Murphy in 2nd, Moultrie in 4th, Hobart in 5th. They could also get a win if everything goes right in their favor. Mike says, I need a Lockett win. That Dr. Pepper car is so peak, says Wyatt, so I guess he's rooting for Bollinger. Listen, guys, I don't believe in actual commentator curses, so I'm going to say who I think. Zach Lockett has tried so hard this season to get his first win. He's been so close yet so far. I want him to win, but it's going to be a challenge with Bollinger right behind. Bollinger's won 3 times this season. When he's put in the right situation, he knows how to win races. We're going to see who comes out on top. It looks like Lockett may choose the outside lane. Wow, Zach Lockett is going to choose the outside lane as the control car. I don't mind that. Listen to this. If Lockett gets a good jump and he's cleared by turn 1, Bollinger's going to be stuck behind Terrence Murphy, who may be more of a challenge than the 93. Possibly he's also wanting to avoid getting sent in turn 1 by Bollinger. So I like this call from Lockett. He's got to get a good restart, though. If he doesn't get a good restart, that may be the night ender for him. Yeah, I do think it's a smart decision, as Wyatt Youngblood said in the chat. Ladies and gentlemen, who's ready? I know I am. For the overtime finish to decide quite a bit here from the Bracket Breaker 150, including a chance at some money and some bragging rights for Lockett and Bollinger. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Green white checker to attempt number 1. Pace car down pit road. Green flag back in the air. 2 laps to go from New Hampshire.
Green, green, green.
A good launch from Lockett. He leads entering turn 1. Is he clear? Yes, he is. No! Bollinger gets loose up the racetrack. A-Bar goes airborne, and that is going to end the night for Colin Bollinger. He had a shot to prove the doubters wrong, and unfortunately, he went around. And that once again changes pretty much everything. Wow. Oh no. Michael in the chat. Oh man. Let's go back and see what happened. That was a reverse commentator curse that time. Y'all see that? Let's see what happened here. Ignore this. A huge stack up. Martinez to the inside, 3 wide. What in the world happened? Was that net code? Did we just see the in-season tournament driver get taken out by netcode? I'm pretty sure that was netcode. I want to see it again. I'm pretty sure he just got netcoded. Looks like he got turned by nothing. Unless that was just a very weird getting loose scenario. I think he just got netcoded. And then up an A-bar, nowhere to go along with Kip Beasley and Keith Vaughn. Wow. For the record, race still not over, but Lockett Lockett's had an advantage now. I mean, Bollinger's in 19th with damage. Wow. I was hoping we were going to have a battle there at the end of that. I was hoping it wasn't going to end like that. Wow. Well, I think we know who's winning the in-season tournament unless Terrence Murphy sends Zach Lockett on the last lap or something, and which I could see Terrence Murphy doing. I mean, he wants to win so bad. I mean, I wouldn't doubt it. I really wouldn't. I really would not doubt Lockett wrecking out because of battling for the win. So, Bollinger's not really out yet, but it's not looking good either. Check out Martinez, by the way. Martinez has been working this craft all night with that damage. He's up to 5th. I mean, watch him win. I mean, that would be insane. Well, here we go. This is going to be the second attempt at a green-white checker. Lockett now has it a bit easier with Bollinger out of the way, but now he has Martinez to deal with, and he still has Murphy on the inside. He once again chooses the outside lane, even though Bollinger's no longer in the situation. I'm a little bit surprised by that call, but it worked last time. Why not try it again? Yes or no in the chat. Will we make it to the white flag this time by? Either way, it's time to find out. Lockett and Murphy will restart on the front row. Who is going to make it back to the start-finish line? Green flag back in the air. Second green-white checkered attempt. Great launch from Lockett. He leads the field entering turn 1 once again. Lockett clear of traffic for days. Murphy stuck 3 wide with Hobart and Moultrie. Trouble for multiple drivers trying to catch up to the 93. Martinez sends the corner on the inside lane. He's on the apron. And we will see the white flag as the field battles on back. 1 to go for Zach Lockett to win the in-season tournament, to take the points lead, and to finally get that elusive first win. 7/10 ahead of Terrence Murphy. And it looks like it's finally going to pay off. Off of turn number 4. It's going to be Zach Lockett getting his first win from the Bracket Breaker 150.
Go, dude. What's up?
What's up?
How are you?
Doing good. Usually I drag you in right at you cross our finish line so I get the emotion, but what's up? You got the win, man.
Finally, dude. Oh my God.
It took you a very long time to get that first win, but you did it at pretty much the perfect time. You completed the hat trick of getting the win, the in-season tournament victory, and you are now the new points leader.
Feels good, dude.
Yeah.
Feels good, man. Oh my God. I put in a
go
lot
ahead.
of work in this track.
Go ahead and burn
this
down
real
for it.
quick.
Yeah, absolutely. It's time for the Burnout Show on the R2R Broadcast Network. Tonight it's Zach Lockett. First career win in the Full Ascent Cup Series. Long awaited, long overdue. But came at the most perfect time for the 93. Burn it down for the virtual fans back home.
We'll park it on the line here like they do in real NASCAR, and we'll chat.
Sounds like a plan. Chat going crazy.
Right.
Some German guy, Ice Boy, Mike Good, all saying let's go. And you're going to park it on the start-finish line. Well, Lockett, we'll do your interview now. How about that?
Yeah, sounds good.
Brzezowski giving you a little bit of love, or I don't even know
That's
what
my
he's
boy.
doing.
That's my teammate.
There you go. Showing some love there. Well, came so close multiple times to your first victory, but what a night to finally get it done. I mean, so much on the line tonight for you, and you pretty much had the perfect race, I'm sure, for your standards. So much happened tonight, so much wins, as I said earlier, came in your favor tonight. How'd you get it done?
Yeah, just got out to the lead there pretty quickly. Kind of picked, I think, when I qualified, third or fourth, and just really wanted to get out in front immediately. Because I felt like it's really hard to pass here. Guys are going to be racing side by side most of the race, and just knew I could just continue to put down consistent laps and kind of start putting some time on the field. So that was the goal: get out front immediately, win the first stage, and stay out of trouble, especially once the caution started stacking up. Just thinking through every strategy, man, every single strategy, every caution. Should we go? Should we not? Should I pit? And it just ended up working out perfectly, especially in that last stage when, Bollinger stayed out, took the lead, and I knew his plan was to pit right when the fuel window opened at 34 laps. And, I feel like I had enough speed to run him down had it gone fully green. I was gaining a ton of time on him with 7 or 8 laps, newer tires, and, ended up becoming a mess and getting a bunch of cautions. And, ended up just strategy worked out in my favor tonight, which is great. I feel like I'm never usually on point with that. So knew I had the pace, knew I had the speed, skill here, and all worked into my favor tonight.
Yeah, and I'm sure you were second guessing yourself once again, maybe saying this is not my my night when you saw Bollinger right behind you. But it just seemed like tonight it was just reverse psychology. And the turn number 1, just Rex all alone, and then you kind of just cruised home there. I mean, it seems like it's always the opposite side of the spectrum. So I'm sure it's nice having it on your side tonight. Well, like I said, you have that win. You're now leading the point standings over Martinez, and I'm sure you'd love to get a few more wins before the season gets wrapped up to even continue to plant yourself top of the boards. But
I know that's going to be the last regular season race. I know I'm missing. I'll be on my honeymoon, so I know I'll have a tough time maybe winning the points, but we'll be in the playoffs for sure. So we'll be back for that. The last race, Atlanta, will be the one I'm missing. So
listen,
we'll see if we can get a lead.
I think a honeymoon is a good excuse to miss an iRacing race. So you know what?
I know my wife's somewhere behind me and telling her I'm skipping it for the race. So no, I'm just kidding.
Where's your honeymoon at? Just curious.
We're going on a cruise to the Bahamas. So
that's what's up. Well, before we let you go, congrats on that first win. It's always nice being able to interview you, not in second or third anymore. Now you're in victory lane, and the floor is yours for anybody you want to shout out tonight.
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to the team. I know, John Ross and Lane Phillips had a tough night. Nate, of course, in the 97, us 4 worked together really well. Nate had a hell of a run, won a stage, was competing all night, and he was unfortunately one of the ones who sailed it off into turn 1 there at the end. And but really proud of him. He had a great run. Proud of everyone here at Adrenaline. I think we have the most team points, always competing in and out each week. So really appreciate them. Everyone else who's with Adrenaline, John McNeil. Leroy Koblenz, everyone who we race with. Really appreciate everyone. Of course, Whiplash, SimCams on the car, Go Racing Diecast, and you for broadcasting, and Chris for the league. Of course, Chris puts on a great league, is always very thorough with everything. So happy to come out here every week, and hopefully looking to repeat next week at Michigan.
All right, well, until then, congratulations, and I hope you enjoy this one. Finally, your first win. Have a good night.
Thanks, man. You too.
And that was Zach Lockett, who finished first place tonight. Of course, we have 2 more drivers who we want to interview who finished second and third here tonight, starting off with your third place driver, who, of course, tonight was Terrence Murphy. I believe Terrence Murphy. No, it was not Terrence Murphy. Excuse me. It was Austin Hobart, who still came home very respectable, a P3 after all the stuff he went through tonight. Let's go ahead and have a word with your third place finisher, Austin Hobart. Oh, can't drag. That's interesting. Well, I can't drag, so cannot drag. So we're gonna just interview in here. So we're gonna start off with you, Austin Hobart, who finished third tonight. It was an up and down night for you. We saw you up in the front sometimes. We saw you up in the back sometimes, and I think it all accumulated to a podium result, which I'm sure you're happy about. Tell me how you did it.
Yeah, we did the strategy wrong there, and just got new tires on the 20 laps to go and drove back up with Bollinger, followed him through the field there at the end.
Yeah,
green white checkers led us to third, I guess.
Yeah, and a good points night for you, continuing to put yourself in a position to make the playoffs, which I'm sure you're very stoked about. But of course, just like many other drivers, including Terrence Murphy, who we'll talk to in a second, your one asterisk this season is just still trying to get that first win. And wasn't tonight, but you're starting to build some momentum. Do you have any confidence in the next few weeks that it could be there?
I know a couple of my buddies that didn't race tonight are excited for Atlanta coming up, so maybe we can work together there and get a win maybe.
All right, well, we appreciate you coming out. Congrats on your third place result. The floor is yours. Anybody want to shout out?
Just gotta thank God and all the fans watching.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you coming out. Appreciate the kind words, and hope you have a blessed night. Stay safe, and we'll see you next week. Hopefully 2 spots better.
Yep, you too, man. Thank you.
All right, and just like that, short and sweet, we're going to go over to Terrence Murphy, who finished second place here tonight. Murphy, on some occasions, actually looked like to be the man to beat, but looked like Lockett just had a bit more speed at the end of the run. How's it going, Terrence Murphy?
How we doing? Yep, Lockett was so fast out of the gate. I mean, when I had the lead over him, I could hold him behind me, but that's just because it's so hard to pass here. But on fresh tires, I knew he could get out to a 6th, 7th, 10th lead, and it took me 25 laps before I started eating into it. And in the end there, just caution. There was no chance to catch him.
Yeah.
Plus, starting on the outside line is just miserable.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And it seemed like early on, maybe even later on too, but especially early on, it seemed like you were running down Lockett in the early runs, and you were actually making some gains on him. And sometimes you're even passing him for the lead, but then later in the run, it seemed like Lockett just had a lot more speed. And then when you were with him, it just seemed like you were kind of idling out. I mean, we saw you there quite a bit of times, stuck at 5/10, 6/10, 4/10, just a little bit behind the 93 here tonight. And I think that's a fair assessment on how the race went for you. Definitely the second place car tonight. You were very fast, and once again showing why you have the winning speed to win races, and that's why you're also comfortably in the point standings in the playoffs right now. And looking in the future, are there any tracks you're circling on the schedule to possibly finally get that first win with all the speed you've had recently?
Michigan, Dover, anything high banked, lots of speed. That's what I want. I'm so done with flat tracks. I hope we never go to one again.
Dude, I am with you. And listen, if you're finishing second on tracks you don't like, I can't even wait to see where you're finishing on tracks you do like. So it sounds like you have a lot of tracks coming up that are in your wheelhouse and possibly could get that first career win, maybe even implementing yourself as a late title favorite, because we've seen you sometimes more than we've seen Martinez and Bollinger in recent weeks, and they're fighting for the championship for the regular season right now. So, a lot of positives to come away from the race tonight, even more positives coming into next week. And until then, we hope you have a good week, of course, and the floor is yours. Anybody want to shout out?
Shout out Jen watching at home, as always. Shout out Hound Dog if you're still on. But appreciate it, Chip. Good win to Zach. We'll get him next week.
Get him next week, exactly how to put it. And congratulations, Murphy, on your second place result. And we'll see you next Sunday night. Or Sunday, excuse me. We'll see you next Monday night. We'll see you around.
Yeah, I appreciate you, man.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes my portion of the broadcast here tonight. Before we let you go, though, final results before calling it a night. Final results. Zach Locke and Terrence Murphy, Austin Hober, your top three. Shout out Mike Moultrie Jr., very strong result in fourth. John Ross in fifth, Chris Mackey in sixth, good result from him. Martinez, great comeback in seventh. Rosowski in eighth. Page and Smith, your top 10. Jimmy Jason, Jesse Graham, Jamin Bernhardt, Kip Beasley, and Colin Bollinger, short of a lot of stuff here tonight, finishing 15th. Stephen Blevins, Keith Vaughn, and Brandon Kelly, your top 18. Rounding out the field tonight, we have the drivers of Josh Gallagher, Alberto Abar, Brian Matthews, Michael Weaver, Tyler Falkenberry, and Ryan Castleberry. Sucks for Ryan. He was doing really good tonight, too. And then, of course, Lane Phillips and Bailey Brennan, who had his own issues here tonight. Last time, this was the FSRL Bracket Breaker 150. Congratulations, Zach Lockett, on the win, and the bracket winner. Last time in the booth, I am Zachariah Cartlidge. As always, we'll see you on the Wednesday evenings for more Full Send Cup Series action. In-season tournament gone. Now it's time to focus on the playoffs upcoming. Until then, have a blessed week. We'll see you around. Stay safe. Stay awesome. And we'll see you next Wednesday night for more action from the Full Send Cup Series.